So recently, the Digimon Monster Hunter crossover device was just announced. Something I've thought about for a while is that the Digimon games, specifically the VPET World-style games, could learn a lot from Monster Hunter. Now, they are very different games, and by this I don't mean that like Digimon should become Monster Hunter or adopt its gameplay or anything like that. But they do have some similarities. Specifically that for a while they had very small, niche, but passionate audiences. And those audiences absolutely adored the core gameplay of them, but most casual audiences were put off by like some, kind of challenges to entry. For instance, the main gameplay of Monster Hunter is you go out, you choose a weapon, and you hunt monsters. However, there are a lot of very complex, deep mechanics that for a while weren't explained super well, and that you only could really get a handle of them by grinding and experiencing it for yourself. And a lot of people would give up before they could really get into the meat and potatoes of it. But with every new entry, they streamlined things until it became more accessible to a wider audience. After that, after enjoying fairly niche success with Monster Hunter World, which was extremely accessible, Monster Hunter had huge success. And it's enjoyed mainstream attention ever since, while still maintaining its core gameplay and what people loved about it. The other thing about Monster Hunter that I think applies really well to Digimon is the feedback loop. In Monster Hunter, you do the same thing over and over again. You go out, you hunt monsters, you harvest their parts, you make better equipment, and then you go out again and you do it more. But what keeps it from getting stale and not boring and so fun and engaging is that there are so many variables to what can happen when you go out. Monsters have varied movesets, different events can happen, so it's very exciting, very engaging. A huge theme of Digimon is constantly starting over. You start with an egg, it turns into a baby, you raise it through all these different stages until it reaches its max level, and then they pass and are reborn, and you start over again. But while many of us don't mind that, the fact of having to go back to raising a baby again often really halts progression and momentum and just the feeling of moving forward. So I think that Digimon games can still stay true to the spirit of VPETs and of raising a creature and starting over, but I think it can perfect the feedback loop further and make it more satisfying, more enjoyable, more engaging, and kind of keep the action going. I think Digimon could also learn from roguelike games, which are all about starting from scratch over and over again. Yet many of those games make it an absolute joy to do so. Beyond that, though, I think Bandai Namco and Toei need to be willing to fork over a bit more cash. Most Digimon games are fairly low-budget efforts and, aren't really seeking to be very ambitious, just kind of be functional. And that's truly not a terrible thing, but I think most Digimon fans know things could be a lot better. Toei and Bandai Namco are sitting on some serious potential, but aren't ambitious to go much further with it and invest in it. They tend to like to keep things cheap and in-house, but hopefully one day they'll be willing to license Digimon out to a very reputable developer and really let them innovate and take the reins with it. What do you think needs to change or improve with VPET-style Digimon games? Let me know in the comments.